Well, good evening, friends, and welcome. I am Megan Maloney. I am a senior director of sales with Stella and Dot, Keep Collective, and Ever Skincare. And we are here tonight to talk to you about our S&D social retail. And we're so excited to kick this off. So welcome, Megan.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We are so thrilled to have you on tonight, sharing your story, inspiring us all. So you're going to hear more from my counterpart, Megan. It's kind of like the Megan show tonight.
I love it.
But I want to share a couple of things with all of you tuning in before we turn it over to Megan and learn from her. I have to tell you, I've been fortunate enough to be a part of this brand for the last 4.5 years, and I have never been more excited about our role in what we're doing to really transform the way in which our incredible ambassadors have flexible earnings and doing it in a way that really meets the needs of our customers. Customers are shopping different these days, right? I know you guys are seeing, especially now that it's the holiday season, and we have such an amazing platform to leverage with these incredible people like Megan on tonight to share products they love with the people they love and doing it in which the way they feel most confident and most comfortable. So you'll hear tonight from her how she's been running her business so successfully with 3 young kids, yes, 3, and juggling all of that. But what does social retail mean? Social retail is really an evolution of what we have been doing for, the last decade. As Stella and Dot has grown and made their place in the market, so has Keep Collective and Ever Skincare. And we're so excited to now formulate 3 incredible brands into one, S&D Social Retail, kicking off 2020. So we are in the last couple of stages of the pre-launch now, and it's been quite a ride, right, Megan?
Oh my goodness. Yes, it's so exciting.
It's so exciting. So again, an opportunity to keep sharing what you love, but adding in additional opportunities to promote these other sister brands that have the same mission of giving women and men a chance to have more choices in their life and doing it in a way in which they feel passionate about, a way that gives them an opportunity to really give back in their communities, and most importantly, just make an impact on themselves from a personal and growth development standpoint, for their family and their communities as well. I think the thing that is always, most often that we hear is, the product brought me in, but what's kept me is this amazing community. And you'll find tonight as you're tuning in, hearing again from Megan, but just even in the chat of the connection that we have here is really strong. And it's one that has been really instilled in the culture from day one. Like, we are here to lift each other up, to celebrate, and be there to recognize the opportunities of really leaning in to building an impact and a legacy that is so strong and in unison of what matters the most to us. But going back to like what probably brought you in, maybe the design of a product or the results of something you've seen, the thing that gives us so much pride here too is the fact that from start to finish, we own every step of the process of that product development, even down to the packaging. So we are so prideful in what we have to share with people because we know it came with such heart, such thought, and gives you, again, this amazing platform to share with the people you love, having more financial choices or just even more independence yourself. Maybe it's just a refresh of the wardrobe, right? Or fabulous skincare that you don't have to pay full price for, but giving you a way in which to share, again, what you love with the people you love and doing it in such an amazing way. And speaking of an amazing way, we are the only company out there in our space that offers this amazing app. We call her Mimi, and she does all the work for you, right? Like, you can create all these great boards, you can share all the products in like such a personalized, fun way that all she does is like click and it goes directly to your site, and while you're having a conversation with her, and you may not actually be face to face, but there it begins, right? So Mimi is this amazing tool leveraging an opportunity for you to share broadly and widely with the people that you care about, that you're passionate in sharing these products with. And then, of course, so many of us love to get together with the girls, right? And either try the jewelry on, create that meaningful bracelet or necklace that just gives that personal touch, that storytelling to it, or experiment with the great product. I am a lover of all ever, by the way, on the space. And my lipstick's always sitting on my desk, of course. So no matter what your product passion is, like, you fall into this amazing opportunity to be a part of our community. And we hope tonight's the time to seal the deal, because you're missing out. Like, best time of the year to leverage this selling season, but again, to do it in such a fun, meaningful way. So community is hugely important, and we have our big event kicking off in January that we call Hoopla, and it's in San Francisco. So perfect opportunity for you all to join now. Come be with us to kick off the official 2020 start of S&D Social Retail, and so much more. So if you're tuning in tonight and you're thinking, oh my gosh, my friend Melissa and Katie should be tuning in, tag them right now, because when they throw in hashtag SD Social Retail, all of our guests are going to be entered into a $250 shopping spree. And like, that will happen like tomorrow. So tag them now, get them excited and tuning in, because hello, their Christmas, their Hanukkah, their celebration of this holiday season could be done right there. Okay, so now you got to hear from my other friend, Megan, the Megan Show, right? So Megan Folk is from, get this, y'all, Indiana, Pennsylvania. I thought at first she said Indiana, then Pennsylvania, but no, it is Indiana, Pennsylvania. So you learn something new every day, right, Megan?
Yes. Indiana, Pennsylvania, Christmas tree capital of the world as we get ready to celebrate the holidays here.
I love it. I mean, all of this is just like flowing so naturally, like we planned it. I just love it. So a former lawyer you are, turned, we could, in our respectful way, say storyteller of Keep Collective, a mom to a 10, a 7, and a 5-year-old, 2 boys and 1 girl. And you just joined like 3 short years ago and have had an amazing success story. So welcome to this, and thank you for coming to tell us more about you.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to share a little bit about my story with you all.
All right. So tell us a bit about what the last 3 years has been like as an ambassador for you.
So I actually just celebrated 3 years in October of 2019. So I joined in October of 2016, right before the holidays. I have been a turned around stay-at-home mom since my oldest son, who's now 10, was born. And I kind of think of myself as a little bit of everythinger. I'm super involved in my community. I am on a lot of boards. I am an excessive volunteer who often does not know how to say no, but is learning better, as we all should, entering into the holiday season. And I was doing some shopping. I actually had a friend who introduced me to Keep through a party she was hosting, a design session online, and I was picking out gifts. And soon, very quickly, I had over $1,000 of product in my cart that I wanted to give to people for gifts, because it was so amazing how personal they were. And I was picking out this charm for this person and this charm for that person, and maybe a few things for myself. And it became that way. I honestly was like, "Ooh, this is getting out a little bit out of hand." And one of my friends in the design session had recently signed up as a designer, completely for the discount, and suggested I do the same. And you know, I'm a firm believer that opportunities present themselves to you at the most fabulous time. And it certainly wasn't something I was looking for. It wasn't that I was planning to be in social retail, but I loved the product and I wanted all the product. I wanted product for myself. I wanted to gift it to my friends and family. And with, at that time, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old, getting out of the house to Christmas shop was very taxing. So this was a great way for me to find amazing gifts, personal storytelling gifts, and not leave my couch, which was amazing. So I signed up for the discount, truthfully, in the very beginning. And I chatted with my husband, who was like, okay, whatever you want to do. I promised I would make my kit money back. And he said, okay, whatever you want to do. And then my business took off. I started sharing because I had this intention to make my kit money back. I started sharing, and very quickly I realized how amazing this product was for other people as well. Not just for myself for personal use, but for other people. And once I got the design studio and I started really designing with my customers, I met so many people. And when I say met them, I truly met them. I got to learn a little bit about their story. I got to design early on a gift for a mother of the bride and a mother of the groom for the bride to gift to them on her wedding day as a thank you for all the help. I still, 3 years later, think about that gift and how special it was. I've done remembrance gifts. I've done beautiful, beautiful storytelling gifts, and I've truly gotten to know people through it. And I think that although I initially signed on with social retail for one reason, I've certainly stayed for so many others, but the storytelling for me is probably number one.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love it. I want to come to one of your design sessions like right now. Let's make something. Like you're so passionate about it. And I think again, like in this opportunity to either share again back to what you love with the people you love, that genuine, like authentic self that you're sharing here, Megan. I mean, no wonder why you've been so successful. I mean, you're just so passionate and you do it in such a way that like recognizes the opportunity to tell the story. Like that personal touch is everything there. So what made you decide to be, I mean, like you jumped in, like you said, for the discount, but then as you started to like meet a lot more people, like how did that start to evolve your business beyond just making your kit money back? Because I'm sure many of you tuning in right now are kind of thinking like, I could join tonight, like obviously get some great stuff for myself, maybe share some of it, you know, as gifts this holiday season. But when did the switch kind of flip and you were like, wow, I could do a little more and probably make a lot more?
So I think for me, it happened maybe about a year later. And I honestly, when you think about it, didn't think there was this significant moment for me. Once I started designing, I was all in. But I will share and kind of shout out some of my fellow Keep sisters on this, because I was very fortunate early on to get connected with an Ever stylist and a Stella & Dot stylist. And that sister of brands became very passionate for me. So hi, Rachel. Hi, Dana. Hi, girls. I was really fortunate that Dana Hanna, who's working with Ever, somehow was looking for someone who was involved with Keep Collective. And we got connected through a mutual friend. And Jessica Heron was actually coming to Dana's home. So for those that are just tuning in, Jessica Heron's actually our CEO and founder. And when you talk about someone that's inspirational and makes you feel a part of their world, I don't think there's anybody more true and genuine than Jessica. But a year after I had joined, I was invited to meet Jessica at Dana's home. And my girlfriend and I went. And she signed up with Ever immediately that night because she loved the product after we met Dana and we saw the results and we were so interested. I became a loyal Ever user that month and have been ever since. And I became a loyal S&D family of brands ambassador long before we were an ambassador type program. Rachel and I have kept in touch over the years as Stella & Dot and Keep sisters, and we love to be able to kind of share those products with each other and how they go together and how they match. And the same with Dana. I've stayed connected with her and my friend Jess, who sells Ever. And I've been an loyal Ever user. So I'm super excited to be able to now share that with my customers as part of my brand, because it's truly been a part of my life for the last 2 years. And I went to my 20-year class reunion and my skin looked better than when I was in high school, which is crazy to me. And I texted my friend, I was like, look at my skin, tinted moisturizer, and my skin looks better than when I was in high school.
Right.
So I think for me, that was, the storytelling was the huge piece, but getting connected with Jessica and her inspiration and her story and her success with really trying to help other women be successful and that mission, and being able to connect with other women that are just trying to do the same thing was amazing for me as a stay-at-home mom who, you know, you get bogged down in your life, you get bogged down in your activities, but it's so amazing to be part of something bigger than yourself.
Yeah. So well said, Megan. And I think that's one thing to highlight too is, you know, Jessica's leadership and vision has always been so forward thinking. I often joke that like she has the crystal ball that we've all been looking for because she can like figure things out before we even realize like this is what should happen, right? Like
Mhm.
she has such a heart and such a passion though for what she's doing. And she does it with such meaning behind it. And it obviously trickles out into our whole entire home office team. So we all just have so much pride being able to work for a company that really celebrates so much good in a world that's ever changing and challenging, right? So love what you said there, hon. So talk to us about what you've done with some of your fun earnings.
Oh my goodness, the list is very long. It has its silly, ridiculous things, and it has its really meaningful, powerful things. So I'll start with the silly because I feel like if you can't own it, then why bother? My best friend and I went and had permanent eyeliner tattooed on, and it was something, I told you it was silly. I never would have splurged on something like that. And I have to shout my husband. He could care less as far as things like that. He's like, whatever you want to do, babe, you do you. It's all good. He's all in the Jessica, you do you mantra. But to me, as a mom of three, I never would have splurged on something so silly. And I've been thinking about it for a very long time. And she and I committed that we were going to take some of our earnings and we were going to do it. And we did it. And it was honestly one of the best decisions I've ever made. So if you have a question, hashtag drop me below. So that was a huge silly thing, but I also have had some amazing significant things. My husband and I bought a new home. I think it was 2 years ago, although man, time flies, no idea. I was able to pull together our closing costs on our new home and really help when, you know, those are unexpected things and you don't know what's happening. And sometimes things come in a little different than you expect. And so I was able to really help out with that. And I was able to purchase these amazing restored 100-year-old barn beams and transport them into our fireplace as a mantle for Christmas last year for my family for stockings with custom hooks. And again, it was something that maybe I wouldn't have splurged on before, but it was a huge change in our home and the way our Christmas morning looks to have those beams put into the fireplace and anchored in and have custom hooks for our stockings, which will be keep this year. Of course. So yeah, there's been some amazing things and, you know, things that are unexpected pop up all the time. And when we bought our home, we got flooded 6 days after we moved in our basement. You know, it happens. And so we've completely waterproofed our basement and redone it. And my earnings have been super helpful in that process as well. And we just actually wrapped on our basement. And so I've been sharing it with a lot of my Keep team and my sisters to kind of, they've been following along on the journey with me the last couple of years. And so we wrapped, we've got everything down there and we're ready to celebrate Christmas in our brand new basement this year.
That's amazing. Okay, I got to see a picture of this beam too. I've got a visual.
I'll drop it in the comments below.
Please do. Please do. I love it. And, you know, that's the beauty of what this opportunity gives, you know, to have that little splurge tattoo eyeliner. I love it. Or to be able to like pay for the flooded basement, you know, the stuff that like we're not expecting in life. But having the choice and having the ways in which to do it and feel so good and confident about it with obviously such flexibility, because again, you're a busy mom of 3 young kids and involved in probably all of it. So as you said, like it's hard to say no, but this gives you that balance. It gives you that something for you. So talk to us a little bit about how this has changed your life.
Well, you mentioned about flexibility, and I have to talk about Mimi. I know you already talked about how amazing it is, but for me personally, as a mom of 3 children, we drive an hour for therapy appointments for my oldest son here and there. And I shouldn't say here and there, it's weekly at this point. Again, things come up, you never know. So we drive weekly an hour and a half for his appointments. And then I also have a middle son who wants to be a competitive gymnast. So we drive an hour in the opposite direction for him for gym practice. And just like every mom out there, you do what you need to do. Like you said, you don't say no, you find a way. And so Mimi, the digital tool that is flexible, mobile, and on the go, has made it possible for me to work my business anywhere, anytime, and anyhow I want. And to build style boards for my customers with all of the products now from S&D is amazing. And I shared with Megan earlier, I have been recovering from surgery. So for the last 3 weeks, I've been recovering from surgery in bed mostly. trying to keep my ankle up and elevated. And I have been able to work my business entirely from my phone. And it has been an amazing way for me. If I were working a traditional 9 to 5 where I had to report into work, I'd be off for a month and I would not be able to do that. So it's changed my life in how I view my ability to work around my kids' schedule and to work into my life a business that I'm proud of, that I enjoy and feel confident in. And I like to think of myself as like a personal concierge for my customers. They can message me anytime they need a gift. I can make sure I get it to them. For those that may not know, our shipping is so fast and so amazing. And it's the ability to be able to last minute help a customer save the day for, sister's birthday, grandma, Mother's Day. I take pride in that and I really enjoy it. So that's changed my life to kind of shape how I think I can make my business and my family all work together.
I love it. So well said. And you mentioned a key word right now, gifting, as we're all starting to flip the switch and think holiday. What is your best advice for somebody thinking about joining us tonight?
Oh, now is the time. There is absolutely no question, hands down. I joined at the end of October, and the time when it switched to November and it switched to gifting, it was like a switch in my business, and all from consistently sharing information. And I said earlier, I think that opportunities kind of present themselves at the right time for you. I'm telling you, if you take this leap, now is the time. And I think that you have the ability to take an opportunity. And Jessica always says this, the unicorn farm isn't hiring. You still have to work. You have to build a business. You have to build a brand, and you have to be willing to put time into it. But if you seize this opportunity and you find a way to fit it into your life and fit it into your family, I guarantee it's going to change your life.
Yeah. Perfect. Voila, that's it. I mean, nailed it. And you're so right. And right now is clearly like such an exciting time to join with the holidays coming. But quite honestly, like all of you tuning in tonight, just pull the trigger, because you have what is coming up here in the US. It's called Thanksgiving, and then like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and it's holiday, bananas here, right? With everybody shopping and being what you said I love so much too, Megan, was that place of like coming from that servant mindset. Like, I have something great to offer people. Tell me what interests you, right? And leading with that and that level of confidence, people are going to want to shop with you. They're going to want to support your new business. We have amazing things for everybody. And the holiday season is such a fun time to jump in, test it all out, and then really kick things into gear in the new year, or continue it as a hobby. The whole You Do You movement is very true. And we love to celebrate all of our ambassadors coming in, either enjoying that amazing discount that could turn into the business that Megan's built, as she shared, or, earning a couple hundred or a couple thousand. But whatever that looks like, we're here to support you with that. So Megan, thank you so much for joining tonight. This was such a treat.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be able to share the brand, share the mission, and really give people an opportunity to change their lives.
Well, you brought it to life beautifully. So keep that foot up, keep resting, friend. You got a lot of things ahead of you in these next few weeks from your customers, right?
Thank you so much.
Of course. So again, all of you tuning in, tag those guests so they could be entered to win that $250 shopping spree using, again, hashtag SD Social Retail. So all of those tuning in, we'll see you soon. All right. This is your time. Do it. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Megan.
Bye. Thanks.